Edwards, and I'm here today to introduce you to my initial foundation pages or prep work that I have done for my December Daily album for 2018. I'm using the red text album here, and when you open it up, similar to last year, one of the things that you're going to find in this album as I go through my pages is that I have done a bunch of work for the product play, the December Daily Product Play 2 workshop, which is open for registration. So I'll point those out to you when we hit one of those pages, and way more information, detailed step-by-step stuff for those pages is included in that workshop. And this video is going to be a general overview of what I'm doing. One of the things that you'll see first off here is I am adding one of my plastic envelopes. I've cut out, this is from a story kit, a past story kit. I've cut off the top of the envelope portion, and I'm using this as a pocket in the inside of my album. I used a red line tape to add that inside, and then I made a tag booklet that has a couple little cute charms and things on top there. This is one of the things that's in the product play workshop for the tag section, and I've done tags for each people in my family before, and I'm using a similar idea to that. The workshop includes the download for the tag template, and more information just about putting this together. So over the course of the month, I'm going to be having my family members fill out the information on the tag, potentially add pictures in there, and then rather than having that spread throughout the album or on any particular day, I'm just keeping it over here in this pocket. And that, loving the idea of using one of those Story Camp envelopes for a pocket there. Then let's move into the main content of the album. I am starting with the Rubber 25. All of these products, pretty much everything that I've used here is from the December Daily collection this year. There are a couple things that I have used as well, and I'll point them out, anything that is different. So I'm starting out with Rubber 25 on top of the Tree Transparencies. I used red line tape to adhere that on there, and I'm not going to do anything different on the back. I'm just going to leave that part there. I am using the December calendar. One of the things that you guys might notice is that this December calendar, the one that was actually included in the main kit, is not enough if you want to go through 31. So what I've done is I have made a printable for you guys to print out if you're wanting to go through 31. I just want to go through the 25th. And you can print that out. It's in the post here. And it just has another row. So it just looks like this. I added one more row, and anybody can download that and print that out if you want to use it and you want to make sure that you have the entire month. So far, I've just put a couple things. One, I'm going to be traveling. The other one is we're going to a Star Wars event at the Symphony. That's kind of the basics of what I am starting with. I am anticipating that I will add more here to the calendar. That's why I haven't really decorated it as well. As usual, I'm starting off either with a reason why or an intentions page. I didn't use either one of those as a title this time. I just put the word Mary on the top, the plastic Mary from the main kit. The main kit is still available too if you're wanting to pick that up. A couple other things I want to show you here. So my letter, you'll be able to read that in the section of the post below. There'll be a close-up picture on that. And basically for what I said, what I hope for this season is the gift of paying attention, of seeing each one of these hearts for who they are and celebrating each one of them and loving them hard. I want to remember and focus on the true wholehearted gifts of time and attention. And then I also said something about the trip that we're going on to New York and how I look forward to the twinkle and the merry and the cozy. I had this number 1 on here just for picture taking because this one is drying. This one actually has the texture paste on it. I did a post about that I will link below. I'm going to staple that onto this transparency. I'm just waiting for that one to dry there. So you can just imagine that will be on the back. For day 1, I am going to want to use an enlarged photo. I will actually probably use one of the layered templates that we have available. This is the day that we are going to the Star Wars at the Symphony. So I'm thinking that I will probably want to do a full page photo for that one. So I'm just leaving that like that. Then I have for day 2, I wanted to use this pattern paper. I'm not putting anything in the inside of these circles. That number 2 is adhered down because I may want to put photos, or I may want to put embellishments and have a large photo over on this side. So this is a good example of leaving myself room. I've given myself a little bit of structure, but I've also left room to add different embellishments, add photos, and make adjustments as I might need them in the month itself. Same thing for day 3 here. Again, I'm keeping it pretty loose. I've got the jolly in there, knowing that I do want to use that. I have a couple of the journal cards over here. Day 3 may end up being across both pages. It may end up just being this page. Those are things that I leave up to how I feel on those particular days. So some of these I just have placed cards in here as holders to give me a little bit of direction, and I'll go from there. Same thing here for day 4. I've got Making Spirits Bright. This is the day before we leave on our trip, so I'm assuming that my story will probably be about getting ready to go. And then let me show you how I am going to be tackling traveling during December this year. There was a year back in 2012 that I traveled to New York. I used a 4x6 album at that time, and I took the whole album with me. This year, using a 6x8 album, I don't want to actually take the entire album with me. So what I did instead is I made myself a traveler's notebook, and I made an envelope for it. So I'm just going to pull this out and show you. This is where my days 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are going to go inside of this traveler's notebook. This is a story kit envelope as well. We have a bigger size. This is what you get now if you subscribe to the story kits. I use the gold numbers on top. Again, I cut off the flap part so that I could easily just slide in and out. These are little rings from Tim Holtz. I didn't want to actually punch holes into this plastic envelope because it was going to be not big enough for the traveler's notebook with the tabs that I did over on the side. So I'm using these little guys, and they actually just go right into the album itself, right around the rings, and then you can easily turn the page if you want to there. So again, I've got a 2-inch Avery Index tab over on the edge, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as my intro to this traveler's notebook, and then I simply created my own traveler's notebook that is specific to what I want. So I'll link this paper for you below. This is just a gold foil pattern paper. That's what my cover is made of. I haven't stapled this inside yet because I want to give myself a little more flexibility. So this is one sheet of cardstock there that I've folded. The dimensions will be below in this blog post. I don't have them off the top of my head right now. I used a little label sticker, and then I ran this through the typewriter to add New York City on top there. So this is the inside. The inside consists of, this is just regular weight paper. I decided that was going to be fine for me. You're going to see washi tape that I have added to all of these pages actually. And the reason why I did that is because I tried to staple them at first, and then I couldn't get the staple in the right place. And then I decided, well, I just won't staple it now. I'll wait until I have actually all my content in there. So I ended up putting washi tape along all of the inside and outside edges to cover up where I made the mistake, essentially. Again, dimensions for these papers, or this paper itself, will be in the post. And basically what it is that they've all been folded in half, right, to create this traveler's notebook that's going to give me space for 9 days. And when you open it up, so on the front I stamped New York, NYC, I put the date. Then I have a blank page for the first couple pages where I'll probably write, why are we going on this trip or something like that. I want this to be super loose, very, handwritten, so that as I'm going about this trip, I'm able to simply just document as we go. And then what I'll probably do is add one full page photo, one full page 3x8 photo per day. I've left 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, 4 halves there for each day. I've used the number stamp and the December stamp from the Liz Tamanaha stamp set. And then I also did add the Avery index tab along the side there, and lots of reminders of what the date is. I did the date down here first and then added the tab. So if I was going to do it again, I would probably leave the date off here and just leave the date stamp on the tab. So then I have again, a total of 4. And then we hit day 6. Again, these aren't in there, they're not stapled down in, so I'm giving myself some flexibility. My plan is that in the past, normally what I do during December when I'm sharing my December daily stories is I give you a blog post each day. I'm not sure exactly still how I'm going to tackle that. I may be sharing on social media. I may just do like a couple images that I put up in a blog post each day to show you what I've done over the course of that day. I don't want to spend all of my time while we're traveling on this really fun New York trip. This is a trip that I'm taking my two of the boys here, Simon and Elliot. Katie's coming, my mom's coming, my sister's coming, but I want to be documenting as I go, and that's kind of the goal for why I'm setting this up this way in advance, where all I have to do is take this little amount, not the whole album, with me while I'm traveling. So again, a couple pages for day 6, couple pages for day 7. I just repeated the same thing. I'm using green ink, keeping it super simple. I will print out some 3x8 photos most likely, or a collage of photos could go on here where I do the writing first. Again, 2 pages, then here's day 9. I left a couple additional pages at the end. Some random ones, and then I did one that looks like this, that's at the very end of the Traveler's Notebook, that I want to cut out just little pieces of paper to create a collage here of little things that I've collected along the way. Pieces of paper, parts of the whole. So that is how I am going to tackle days 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Definitely a little bit different than I've done in the past. I like the idea of, doing something a little different based on what's actually happening in my life. And I think that this will be a fun way to test this out as a piece of December Daily as a whole. And you will obviously get to see how that goes as I am doing it. And I'll be sharing that, of course, one way or another in real time as we are traveling. So that again, I'm using these little Tim Holtz pins, and I'll link those below, but they just go straight into the album there, and then it makes it really easy to turn that page. So that will hold my Traveler's Notebook, and then when I come back, I'll be get back into my regular posting schedule. So right now for day 10, I just have a couple of the cards. Again, keeping it simple. I really like the repetition of these cards paired with a quote card, and then probably some kind of a photo or something. And I just have put the number 10 down below. On the back, number 11 with the checklist. I have this tag that I did. I will link you to the page where I talked about, again, it's the same thing of using the texture paste on top of the tag or the cork. It's a fun way to play around with getting a little bit of extra texture in there. This will probably go along with day 12. Day 12 is something that I will talk more about in the product play workshop. Day 13, I'm just leaving one big page available. I've got one of the 3x8 transparencies in here with that cool star pattern. Day 14, right now I just have a card, a 4x6 card with the day 14. Day 15 is part of product play. I'll go over that a little bit more of what my intention is for that day. Same with day 16. This is also in product play. I'm going to do a who, what, where, when, and why day using those 2x2, one of the 2x2 square page protectors there. Day 17 also in the product play workshop. I'm not sure yet exactly what I'm probably going to end up with the photo here. The 17 may end up over on this side. It may get moved around to a different day. I haven't decided yet. Day 18, I'm just, again, leaving myself room. I really like doing the full page photo with journaling on the photo in December. That's one of my favorite ways, and so this year I've left myself even more space to be able to include those. Day 19 here is also product play, so using some of the tags from the main kit, collection of cute little embellishments here. Some of those are from the Merry Days collection from Crate Paper, which I will link. Just kind of a fun way to add in a few other things. Day 20 here will be on the back. This is probably day 21. This is also from Product Play, so you'll hear more about that in the workshop. Day 22, I haven't put the numbers on these ones because I want to wait until I get to this point to know if this is actually where those are going to be. This one I plan to add additional tags on there. This is also a Product Play one. Here's 22, just with a couple of cards in there, again following that same formula of having a journal card, this pattern journal card, or the journal card that's a similar one throughout the kit, with one of the quote cards. 23, just leaving that. 24, this is from Product Play. This may be 23 as well, and as you'll see if you take Product Play Workshop, one of my ideas is I have this on the front, this is on a transparency, and then I have the template pieces on the back, so the journaling would go on the back there. These are just a few more. Another Product Play cutout, silhouette cutout, talking a little bit more about big words. I want to have this one closer to the end because it's what I want to remember about the season, with 10 things. This is from the main kit there. And then another silhouette cutout that says "Here Comes Santa." Again, leaving these back few ones undated and just kind of ready to be filled in. I probably won't have these two back to back when the time actually comes. And then I just have page protectors and a few other things in here in the back. So this is going to be my starting point for this year. Definitely looser than some years. Just based on knowing how I work, and that by the end of the month I usually have some different ideas or things have moved around. So being a little more solid in the beginning for me, especially taking care of the traveler's notebook. That was a big thing for me to take care of, so that I have that for when we leave on our trip. And we'll just see how it goes. One of my favorite projects. I'm super excited to embark on it again. And if you have any questions about these foundation pages, please let me know. Also check out that Product Play Workshop. It's a great way to focus on tags, trees, and type and or kind of text related things. There are the things that we are doing in there. It's me along with, I think I have 4 or 5 contributors that are each tackling one of those themes as well. So here we go, December Daily 2018. Let's do it.